You sneaky. You're running as an outsider.
I am an outsider.
Is this true?
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Come on. Come on. Really?
Do you smoke crack cocaine?
Exactly.
Let's give the people what they came for.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Mr. Prime Minister, will there always be a Canada?
There will always be a Canada.
All right, elbows up.
Elbows up.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Ready? Are you ready? Get them out of here! Get them out of here! Get the hell out of here!
Enough with the woke shit!
So the answer to that is to stop being stupid.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. No. We'll do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Get your special sock out, nerds. It's gonna get good.
Is the federal government stealing from us? Are they sabotaging our industry? Are they taking us down the path to communism? Are they censoring us? Are they stealing our guns from us? Come on, let's go!
Let's fucking go.
What's up, ladies and germs, patriots, fellow traders? Welcome to Monday Night and the Forge. We're going to get it going here, but got to bring in the man of the hour. It's his show. Maybe he should be doing this part. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll do the intro.
He can do it himself.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Forge, where we talk about Alberta. We talk about everything crazy that's happening, and it's been a pretty crazy weekend, been a crazy week. I'm pretty excited. Matt, how you doing this week, man?
I'm good. I mean, it's just at a certain point, you're just like, everything just keeps being so crazy that you're just like, screw it.
The calamity that is the world we live in. No, it's good stuff. Before we get started, though, honorable mention.
Ready?
How do we say this? Lodwick Jensen.
Ludwig.
Became a new member. Thank you very much. Awesome. Guys, because of the way that everything's gone, we got to share out the show. Share it to your family. Share it to the liberals in your life that are really just angry. And we're going to get into it. Is, what do we call it? The inmates are running the asylum edition this week.
We are.
Let's try to not get Derek completely banned off the internet, because
I'll try to keep my swearing to a minimum. We won't call European nations bad names this week or other things. Yeah, I'll try not to swear.
Yeah, I took enough flack for that for all of Europe. Okay, guys. All right. Before we get into it, typical as usual, I guess we're gonna do let's do a check-in. Let's see where you guys are coming from.
You gonna try it this time? I didn't do so good last time.
Yeah, I'll try to do it this time. Guys, bear with us. Okay. Oh God, they're coming in so fast. Okay, so we got J Law coming in from Lethbridge. We got Badass Custom Coatings. I will come see you at some point out in Cochrane. I was there today, actually. We got John Mason from Rimby. What else we got? Carol and Joel from Calgary, as usual. Good to see you guys. We got Zombie Farts Are the Worst from Panoka. Ronnie from Newfoundland. We got Lindsay Wynn from Melbourne.
Quebec.
DM9522 from Ontario. Yes, it is. You know, I'm from Ontario originally, and I never intend to go back there. We got Nelson Cade from New Brunswick. We got Buff Fluff 09.
Derek's favorite.
Strathmore. Yeah, I think it's one of his faves. One of his faves for sure. All right, Derek 89273. Roll call. Fredericks here. We got Mimo from New Brunswick. Lady Wolf from Vegreville. Who else we got here? Tina Banner 6203. near Hussar, Alberta. I actually know where that is. We got Care Bear from Innisfil watching. Luna Baudouin from see, got the French in there. From Bluffton, wherever the hell that is. 777 Three? Yeah, let's go with that. Cowtown, Calgary. We got Maze from Calgary too. We got Thomas Wayner from Beltline, Calgary. We got Throwland 8716 from Lacombe. We got G. Robert, Chicago. Chicago. Oh, there you go. There's some Texas right there. We got Brian from Texas. That's awesome. The real Steven Jensen from the Whistle Stop Cafe Mirror. Fantastic menu, by the way. If you guys are ever driving through that Highway 21 heading south or north, whichever way, stop there. A wonderful menu. The burgers are out of this world. Absolutely. F Hawk from the Foothills. Let's see who else got. We got Kevin Hayes coming from Milbourne County. Wonderful. I love when they put the counties. Everybody, like if you're from a county, put in the counties. You got to represent. We got KG Kennedy, Smoky Lake.
Now you know how to get Mike to acknowledge you in the roll call.
Yeah, put in the counties. It's good stuff. Kevin here from Queens Creek, Arizona. Who else? Uncle Chico from Puerto Vallarta, Costa Rica. You know what? Viejo? Yeah, Puerto Viejo, Costa Rica. That's on my holiday destination. I gotta get it. I want to go down there. I want to go check it out. And I intend to. If Alberta for some reason doesn't separate, that's probably going to be my new retirement home. OAO, of course, from Oakmanton. Guys, Matt's hitting me on the leg right now, so yeah, we're going to keep going from there. But first, we got some
Winnipeg. It ain't that long.
Exactly. It's just a long stick at this point. Just an absolutely long stick. Okay, let's get some honorable mentions done. Okay, $2 here from Bradley Wilcox here from Edmonton. Bradley, thank you very much. Kevin becoming a member for 6 months. Respect, sir. Tip of the hat. Our friend, Calendars. This is Freedom Calendars. This is Max. Awesome dude, guys. Go check his stuff online. He does all the live streaming of all the Independence event, freedomcalendars.ca. A wonderful, wonderful guy. Good to have you here. Just planning some live streams in Alberta Independence this week and the next one. Awesome. Go check him out. David Brewer from Springfield, Missouri. Good evening, Mike and Matt. The M&M show tonight. It is literally the inmates are running the asylum as we try to not get completely banned off the internets. Derek's like, I got faith in you guys. I got faith. I'm like, oh.
Fool.
Carnage Carney driving to Sigamoose tonight. Have a good show, Mike and Matt. I'll be listening. All right. For all you audio listeners, Excellent. Make sure, again, you share the show so that we don't get we don't end up getting fired. It's kind of the big thing. Minutes of fun here on the Forge.
Always.
All right. Matt, how was your week, man? How was it going?
Pretty chill, man. I'm kind of in between work projects at the moment, so I've been catching up on stuff around the house, and that's been kind of nice. I heard you went to some events this weekend, some canvassing.
Yes. First of all, I want to shout out into my beloved Beaver County. This was these guys hanging out, getting signatures. I told them I'd give them a shout out on the show. Wonderful gentlemen. And you know what? I went to a couple events this weekend. It was pretty awesome, and
There's
just to see the rally. Yeah, what did he say? Keep up the good work, boys. LFG, my kids.
Just punched it in the Millennium Falcon, and now I'm being arrested for being rebel scum. It's like Alberta Independence all over again. Have a good show.
See, that's like on my to-do list. Like I haven't. I went to Disney World when I was a kid. But I intend to go back as an adult because I told my wife that
it was so much cooler stuff now than when we were kids, like all the Star Wars stuff and the Universal stuff.
I think I'm just going to end up at the Star Wars bar and just tie one off like hard. It's on my bucket list. Exactly. We'll get copyright. We'll get copyright.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take him away.
Exactly. He's probably, you know what? He's having too much fun. He's probably there just causing mischief. So it's good stuff. So to all the canvassers that were out this weekend, you guys, wonderful work. It was a massive rallying call. John Bolton did a huge event down in Calgary, and he did have the bouncy castle. This is like the official bouncy castle from the trucker convoy. It was insane to see. And he had a big event. They did like food and coffee and the bouncy castle. And it was tons of supporters showed up.
Was it a high capacity assault bouncy castle?
I think at this point it is. I think, you know what? There's nothing I've seen more trigger the libs than the bouncy castle. It has become the symbol of resistance. The fact that our symbol of resistance in Canada is.
I don't know if you guys had anything in Calgary or Edmonton, but in Winnipeg, we had a full, the Broadway right in front of the Manitoba legislature was also blocked off by trucks. There was food trucks. They set up an ice hockey rink on the street. The kids were there playing ice hockey. We were barbecuing, sitting around fire barrels. It was a pretty good time. Did you guys have anything in Edmonton or Calgary? I can't remember.
We had a couple of big protests. I know, when the farmers went down for another protest, my business partner Pedro, he got the tractor out, and he was quite happy about that.
Fun times.
Yeah, it was. It's really good to see. Also, this weekend I was at a gun show with my wife. Shout out to my wife right now, who's holding down the fort. And we're going to talk about later on the show. Talk about some of the gun ban stuff that's coming up. And you want to meet the most humbling people in the world, guys. Gun shows. This weekend she's up in Grand Prairie. They're doing one up there. So if you guys are in the Grand Prairie area, go check out the gun show up there, and go say hi to my wife and talk guns. And get your pals. The more people that are armed, the better.
I'm going to put this up on the screen just for a sec. Okay, dude, I agree with you. That's awesome. But you've said that 400 times since we've been in the chat. Okay, we get it.
I'm not even looking at the chat. What's going on in the chat?
That guy's just been posting that every 5 comments since we started. So there he goes again. Don't make me ban you for spamming, dude, because I agree with you. Just calm it down. We know.
Yeah, government unions. I'm not a big fan of government unions. If you've ever listened to my show and previous ones, before I jumped on here, they very opinionated when it comes to government unions. All right. So yeah, that's crazy. So what happened this week? Iran. Have you seen the gas prices this week?
Oh, what's the gas prices? It went up to $1.50 in Manitoba. I don't know what you guys are dealing with there. It's probably a little less.
I filled up today. I think it was $1.45.
My dad said it was $1.90 in the Lower Mainland.
Crazy. It's the $2 gases. I mean, it's the $2 gas prices. That's where we're at.
Almost.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. Like I said, I know it went down a little bit. Just looking at the oil price index, it went down a little bit because Trump said that he's going to try and wrap this war up quickly. But especially when right now all the other Middle Eastern countries are all kind of involved in this now, so they gotta.
Yeah. So I don't know if you knew this or if everybody else knew this, but did you guys know that it's our anniversary today?
What anniversary is that, Matt?
It's our 1-year anniversary of Mark Carney being Prime Minister. 1 year
in first place. Mark Carney.
So I just wanted to bring that up and celebrate with all of you because it's our 1-year anniversary. Has anything gotten better in the last year, do you think?
Brookfield stocks?
Pretty much, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, if you're divested in the Brookfield stock market, I really got to say
you're laughing.
Yeah, you're making.
Maybe if you're involved in defense stock right now, it's probably a good time.
Yeah, if you're in the Tomahawk cruise missile business, you're probably making some cash. But it was really it's already been a year, and then we got the by-elections coming up soon. I'm sure we'll do some stuff about that.
Yeah, they just announced 3 new by-elections, and if the Liberals can pull them all out, then we're going to be living in happy land.
Oh yeah, the majority. I mean, personally, for the Alberta Independence Front, the majority that he's probably going to get, either one way or another. Personally, I'd want another election because then I get to take my vote OSB sign out of the garage and run against Keurig. But I think a liberal majority the fence sitters will realize, you know what, that there's no point at this point. No. It's gonna be a liberal government. We're gonna keep getting treated the way we are. So at this point, we need to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yep.
What else that everyone's kind of here for? So you know what, we got to play it just because I get yelled at if I don't play it.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
That is one of the prescriptions. Yes. There's others.
Enjoy it. Drink it in, everybody. Couple honorable mentions to get through. The Calgary slow roll cracked John's event, about 20 vehicles. Yeah, I saw that. They're doing these slow rolls all over the place. Red Deer, Calgary, Edmonton, and it's just It's just fun to see. You could drive down the highway and you just see people start rocking Alberta flags.
If
People
you guys
right now,
have any pictures of that, like the slow roll, the vehicles, all the flags, please send them to Derek because he likes to see that and he likes to put it up on the show. So anytime you guys have pictures of really cool independence events like signings or anywhere where there's like really big support and everything, send us pictures. We like it.
Awesome. Real Steven Jensen, $5 super chat. Gas diesel pricing's price rising fast. Hard on people, but great on our deficit. This is true. We were laughing actually earlier before the show that $9 billion deficit that we got for the Alberta government just whoosh gone. Hopefully, don't get me wrong. Having the higher gas prices is it sucks on everybody. The barrels, it's good for the economy. It's good for Alberta, but at the end of the day, it hurts everybody in the pocket. So we'll see what happens in the future. Yeah. Okay. Then we got Night Snow Sky, $6.99 super chat. Is there enough support for separation? Will the vote pass? I love you guys from Whitehorse, Yukon. You know what? Have you ever gone to Yukon? That's on my bucket list.
Yeah, I'd like to. In fact, like disappearing in the woods up there or in Alaska was like my strategy for, living out the rest of my days up until the Alberta independence movement. I'm gonna hide from all the Reaper drones and the RCMP death squads and the UN shock troops.
Oh, you're gonna see, as a one of the primary Bigfoot hunters in Canada, I will have to make sure that I don't accidentally hunt you down. Just this burly Matt just walking across the wilderness of Yukon. It'll be good stuff. Another quick super chat here from Real Steven Jensen, $5 super chat. Brookfield just got shut down and trying to sell Power River electricity to the U.S. at a premium. Carney probably pissed off, but win for the people. Yeah, I mean, to me at this point, any kind of hit you could take for Brookfield is definitely a win for the rest of us. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to live in the dominion of Brookfield. I want to live in the free and independent country that is soon to be Alberta. Good stuff. All right, what do you want to talk about?
I think the Yukon would follow Alberta and Saskatchewan probably.
I think Yukon strong. Like DJ, I think him alone could muster the territory to come and join
follow
us.
That guy. What should we talk about next? I had a whole bunch of little fun things. I want to bring this one up. I like this one.
All right.
This makes me laugh. Mark Carney announced today that he is going to they're going to make a Canadian-built Starlink, essentially, satellite network expected to launch next year that will rival SpaceX's Starlink while strengthening national defense, Arctic communication, and reducing reliance on U.S. systems. And Mike and I were talking about this a little bit before the show, and he's like, where are we launching these from? Like Elon making his own company to launch all his satellites. What are we going to launch them with? Do we have a space program at all? I don't think we do.
Watch, we'll use SpaceX. I guarantee.
We'll use space. They'll be like trying to contract SpaceX to launch their competition.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, money talks. Plus, they know no one's going to sign up for it. I mean, I'm on Starlink. You're on Starlink. All of my neighborhood is on Starlink. In Alberta, what the flex has become is mounting the Starlink to your work truck.
Oh yeah.
A couple of years ago, it used to be like, like you would see like one. Very rarely. And I'm like, oh my God, it's dishy. Like, now it's like the new, you used to have the jacked up trucks. Now, if you have Starlink, like physically mounted to your work truck, you're in the cool club.
Well, yeah. See, you bring up the next point I was going to show, wherever it was.
This is never going to happen. This is just going to be a giant money pit.
Yeah. They're just going to launder money. But even if they manage to succeed it, okay, to your point there, the last thing I want to do is run my internet through a provider that is run by the people who seized bank accounts and want to pass C9. No, thanks.
This is like the government of China internet. Yes. Come use our internet so we can clearly spy on you.
So I thought that was a good bit of hilarity. What's next?
Okay.
Do you want to go next? I got like 10 windows open of all kinds of random stuff we can talk about. So we can get to it.
You want to do when we were talking about the high assault bouncy castles, this was our good buddy Tommy Lukasik, for every Canadian top douche. So he got really angry about this one. So separatists have a bouncy castle signing location in Calgary, just sharing, and then you see his comment. Would this be considered enticement? No, it's a goddamn bouncy council. It's for people to bring their kids to give them something to do while they sign the paperwork. Like
leave it to Tommy the Commie to see a bouncy castle that's for kids and think about enticement.
I might just went to dark places with that.
Yeah, well, I was implied. Speaking of Tommy, Alberta, or sorry, Forever Canadian is partnered with this Association of French Words in their battle to fight against us dirty Alberta treasonists. And this company has 20 million of our tax dollars over the last 10 years or so. Forever Canadians, new partner against independence, Association Canadienne Française de l'Alberta. We'll see if my pronunciation is good or not. You guys French.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Has received more than 20 million from government-funded projects over the last decade. Forever Canada's leader, Thomas Lukaszuk, and the leaders from the ACFA took the stage on Thursday to announce that the association would be joining Lukaszuk's group in their fight against Alberta independence with our money.
Absolutely.
Fun times, right?
It's all our money. I've never seen so much like of our money being used to fight against us. Oh, actually, no, wait.
That's literally what they always do.
That's what they always do.
Imagine if every time the government wanted to like prosecute or sue somebody, like they had to use their own money. Like let's say, for example, the cases against Tamara and Chris, like if the lawyer who wanted to go after them after they were already, like if he wanted to appeal, if he had to pay for that out of his own pocket, imagine that.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't get done. It would be actually beautiful. Maximum accountability at that point. What else did I see? Oh, beef prices. Did you see this?
Beef. No.
We have a record. Beef tenderloin spotted for $150 a kilo at Toronto today. I do kind of want to touch about this. That's $70 a steak. Like that's insane. One of these little round.
One of the little round beef.
Yeah, beef tenderloin.
Wow.
This, you know what? Because Derek's not here, we're going to talk about conspiracy theories. To me, this is all part of the massive plan to have us eat the bugs and try to price beef out. I was watching another video. A calf. Normally, a calf is like is less than $100, like for like a steer, and now they're thousands.
Wow.
So get ready. I could see definitely, like, mark my words, people. In the next 10 months, the cost of beef is going to skyrocket even more. And
which is crazy though, because like the local farm that I can get through here, they have a Facebook group or whatever. You can order a half a cow still, and it's more expensive obviously than it was 10 years ago, but it's nothing approaching the prices you see in the stores. Like not even close.
No, I'm lucky where we are. We're like I get all my beef and stuff like that. There's a local butcher in Toefield, really really good stuff, and then some of the Hutterite colonies around us. They do really good
chickens.
Stuff as well.
Great chickens at the Hutterite colony by me, like whole chickens for like $8.
Yeah, and they're freeze dried and they're wonderful. Like I mean, I have no issues with them, and it's nice being able to drive by and like looking at my cows, seeing them in the pasture. It's good stuff. I don't know. Do you think this is a conspiracy to
well
eat the crickets?
They have. I've actually was reading a thing about how armies in ancient times, like the Rome, we're going to go real deep here.
Oh, that's cool.
The ones that went and they had like beef hardtack and beef jerky and stuff could march longer and faster, and they kind of figured this all out. And what they fed the slaves in Roman times was a high carb diet of like wheat and grains and stuff like that, because it's just enough to give you energy to work, but you're not strong enough for combat. Do you know what I mean? So like the people, the whole vegan, vegetarian, high grains, soy, all that stuff, it gives you energy to get in your car and drive to the office, but you're not going to be rucking your pack up to get that nice spot to take out the UN guy who's sneaking through the woods towards your house. You know what I mean?
Well, it's how
Stuff
Genghis
like
Khan
that.
was able to do it. They would put sheets of beef between the horse and the saddle, and it would create its own jerky.
Yeah,
when they rode,
like
and that's how you fed an army on the run.
And the Danes that ravaged all of England and the northern coast, they're all eating salt fish and goat's milk and all that kind of stuff. And then you encounter the English peasants who are half their size because they're all eating grains.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of stuff like they talk about the carnivore diets and stuff like that and how good it is for everything, digestive health, help with brain fog and all this stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if this is part of the eats the bugs because the government invested in bug plants and none of it worked out, or if it's to kind of keep your thumb or environmental reasons or whatever they want to feel like that's the hot topic of the week.
I mean, it doesn't have to be all one thing. It can be a combination, Eats the bugs, go to fuck, do not fight back.
Yeah.
Give us your guns.
Speaking of conspiracy theories, let's talk about Alberta independence and the new. I know you guys love the crazies. I try to bring up the crazies on the show, and absolutely nuts. So Mitchell, so everything that's happening, guys, right now is that there's a massive push to try to get as many signatures as we can because of this hearing that's happening next month. We have to get the signatures in basically by the end of the month. So when that happened, there was such a massive rallying call this week, and everybody was out. There was windstorms and all that stuff, and you just saw people, getting out there. To all the canvassers, massive tip of the hat for doing in beautiful work and pushing yourself. And this week too, everyone's out there. Next weekend is going to be nuts too. This is the video here. It's 1 and 51 seconds, but you got to watch it because it just gets you inspired.
April 7th to April 10th. That's when a group will be in court seeking an injunction against the independence question that is before Albertans. Let that sink in. They're asking the court to stop this question from moving forward. That is exactly why what we do right now matters so much. Between now and April 7th, we need to gather as undeniable. When participation is massive, that matters. It sends a message that this isn't a fringe idea. This is Albertans demanding to be heard. There are people trying to discourage us. There are people hoping we lose momentum. There are people telling you this won't work. Don't buy it. Movements succeed when ordinary people refuse to quit. We cannot control what arguments get made in the courtroom, but we can control how strong this movement becomes before then. We can control how many signatures we collect. We can control how many conversations we have. We can control how visible and undeniable this effort becomes. If you're signed, get 5 more people to sign. If you
Absolutely love that video. It just gets me all fired up.
My nipples are hard.
Are you? I mean, I got a chub on that one, to be honest. I mean,
You're gonna get fired.
Oh yeah, we're done. No, he's been doing. I mean, that video wonderful to the guys that did that. Awesome, and it's true. We really have to push forward to try to get these because right now they're firing everything at us. And in latest crazy, I posted this week. Okay, I'll read this. I'm like, Jesus, help me on this one. The forever Canadian people really have gone off the deep end on this one. They now state that the independence movement is some satanic Freemason ploy by Mitch Silvestri to take over the province. They claim that the decorative wallboard behind them that you could basically purchase at Home Depot for like $60 a sheet in the background in his latest video is actually calculated ploy to secretly identify him. This is quote, to secretly identify themselves to their fellow satanic brethren. Let's look at the photo. This one, they're trying to resign to the
Illuminati confirmed.
Exactly. But like this is next level crazy. Like, I mean, I was talking to this about Derek. I'm like, it started off with the lizard people. Then it started off with the Illuminati. Now with the Freemasons. Throw in some flat earther. Get some island people in there. And who knows? I don't know. Aliens next? Is this an alien ploy?
I don't like it when Mitch Sylvester puts the boards on the walls that turn the province free.
I've had people message me being like, this is all a ploy by Israel, eh? I'm like, oh yeah, it's the Jews.
Oh no, you can't say that.
I know, I can't.
Fired.
That's yeah, whatever. Now we get everything nuked, but it's just absolute crazy. And then he brought it up that even in the one video, they were saying that the numbers for the YouTube link was some secret code to communicate with the satanic people. This is where we're at with the level of crazy. They couldn't come at us for like legitimate reasons. Mitch is a pretty squeaky clean guy, so like this is the best you got.
Oh, that makes my brain hurt.
It does. It does. You know what else makes my brain hurt? We're gonna do it. It's the douche of the week.
Come on. Really?
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
That's what we need to do is support each other.
Douche of the week.
All right, guys. If you're not picking up what I'm putting down, this is the time everybody comes in. The comment section was getting hot. Okay, I know we talked about earlier. We were going to put Hassan Piker. Derek did do a video about that, about them bringing basically a Twitch streamer onto the CBC to talk about
Twitch streamer.
Exactly. To talk about Alberta independence. I'm like, you're getting desperate when they'll bring in Rachel Gilmore next. That's what you'll see. So this week we were like, okay, we're going to do Hassan. We're going to do a little bit of background and stuff like that. But after what happened this weekend with this one video, it's got to change. So Mystery Woman, we're going to play the clip and then we'll talk about why she gets the award.
So I have a lady here who is actually Canadian. Who just threw my phone into the water, and there's a $25,000 fine for election interference, and this will be going to Elections Alberta, and you will be getting a call, and you will be getting fined. I already got it. So keep it here, and you're going to get charged. Okay. So what?
Yeah, this broad. I'm sorry.
Why do they think that there's no consequences to like it's? I mean, if you want to get technical, like assault, like she grabbed his phone and threw it. Like she didn't punch him or anything or smack him. She grabbed his phone and threw it in the ditch. She kicked the flag over. She's being an awful. See you next Tuesday. But like, why do these people think that there are consequences? Like that it is consequence free to do that? Like if that was a dude who came up to me and did that, he'd be knocked out in the ditch underneath my phone.
Yeah,
like,
the word, like, we didn't mess around with the Forever Canadian people, and for some reason all these people decided to come out. This isn't the first one. There's been assaults. There's been even just the cussing and all that stuff. People coming to disrupt signatures and stuff like that. Call us a bunch of traitors and rebels and whatever you want to call us. But the level of unhinged and the fact that this was on a weekend, that means like this woman literally got up in that morning and said, you know what, I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna drive out to this signature collection place and I'm gonna cause some trouble in her $110 Olympic hoodie. Yeah, I had to look that up. I'm like, that's a weird looking hoodie. Yeah, $110 for that thing, and a pair of like track pants that are struggling. Sweetheart.
Shout out to those pants though, whatever that manufacturers. You guys should get some because they're putting in work.
Yeah, they're struggling. They're struggling. And she made her escape in like her 2005 like Honda Civic. I'm like, $110 hoodie.
All of these people who are like, we should do this and we should do that to these people. Like if people like you and I decided we were gonna do them the way they do us, like we'd roll the province clear in an afternoon, man. Like it's not even funny. Like, what do these people think would happen if we chose the hard way? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, guys, that was the first video douche of the week. Unnamed woman that came to disturb one of the signature gathering for the canvassers and decided to act like a total nut job. Sweetheart, you are this week's Freedom Honey Unacceptable Fridge douche of the week. That's Mike approved. That's Matt approved. Derek in Florida, California approved, and we'll go from there. Like I said, I didn't want Hassan. I wanted her just because I wanted to put this woman on blast.
Elbows O'Karen.
Absolutely. Just the level of derangement. I'm like, this is one thing I was talking to one of my apprentice this week about. And the fact that they're doing this, I've never seen so much hatred and vitriol, which tells me we're winning.
I have during the pandemic because I wouldn't do the thing.
Do the thing.
Whatever the thing might be. You know, like I was very involved in, like, as some people may or may not know, I was in a band before, metal band. So I was involved in the metal community. I was involved a lot with the cosplay and the gamer, the convention community and gaming community. Those people are all very hard left. Never had a problem in my life until COVID. And those people turned on me with such hatred and vitriol. Like, my ex-wife's brother-in-law to this day doesn't talk to my ex-wife or me. And that guy was like my best friend. Doesn't talk to his own mother because we supported the convoy. I'm
in the same boat. My family members that I haven't talked to in years because of it. I mean, like very close family members. And now you kind of see the same idea. When I go on these Facebook groups and stuff like that and see what they say, and they're like, you know, it's everything from death threats to, you know, like, can we do anything more? Can we do anything more? I'm like, you know, it's a vote. You know what you can do is once we get the petition and once we have the referendum, you can vote no. It's as simple as that. If you guys claim you have the numbers you have, you wouldn't be doing this. Like, it's one thing to vote against it, like the nice democratic reasons, but it's another thing to I'll answer that in a second.
Yeah.
To go out and behave like this. I'm like, you're just making us look better. You're making us look stronger. And to everyone that's got to be out there and dealing with this stuff, I mean, massive tip of the hat. You got the cojones that we need, and keep up the beautiful work.
Yep.
You want to?
But anyways, that was the last time I experienced this level of liberal insanity.
Awesome. Side note:
AlbertaPin.ca.
Yeah, it's albertapin.ca. Army buddy of mine, Mark. I served with him for many years. He's literally just started the company with his 17-year-old son to try to, he's just getting out of high school, just to show him how to start a business and do marketing and all this stuff. So it's kind of a father and son team. Like, they spend their evenings together sitting at the kitchen table, boxing the pins up and stuff like that. And it's kind of a way for them to bond. I love it. I love the story. It's really good stuff. And they're big pro independence guys, and they come to a lot of the events, and they're just handing out pins and stuff like that. And they came up with those really nice gold and black flags. So if you guys go to albertapin.ca, you can pick those up. Up the merch shop because we have the same shirts available at the Unacceptable Fringe shop right now.
I'm waiting on my hoodie. I ordered it.
Yeah, I know. I'm on the same boat, and they're looking really, really sharp. Yeah.
Freedom Fighting 1776. I time outed you. Don't make me kick you. We agree. Give it up.
just flooding the chat with the
same sentence over and over.
Stuff again, just spamming the chat. But yeah, no, it's crazy to see. It's crazy to see what's happening right now. Even the vitriol. Like, I know we talked a little bit about this. I saw so Ezra Levant posted this today. Top dog over at Rebel News. It was my observation from traveling around Alberta recently that the most patriotic Canadians, veterans, those who served in uniform, those who love our history, are most decisively for Alberta independence, because Canada Day sure isn't Canada from the HMCS Warrior, which is this boat down here. I wholeheartedly agree. I made a tweet a few weeks ago, and I was just like, the reason, I didn't turn my back on the country turned its back on me. When seeing what's the treatment we get from vets, with the fights we have to do with Veterans Affairs and all that stuff. I mean, I've covered it in previous shows, and it's heartbreaking to see how hard we need to fight for the benefits that we're entitled to.
It's too bad you guys don't have a public union.
Jeez. No, the VA people have a union. Like, they're covered under PSAC, but yeah, if you want a couple of bucks to deal with an injury that you sustained, yeah, good luck. It'll take you 6 months to fight it. They'll deny it right off the hop. You'll go see more doctors.
I got one for you, Mike. There you go.
If you're lucky.
We have a troll. Mike loves to talk to the trolls.
Oh, no, I do. This is what I come here for. It's the trolls. Okay, when you lose your independence, will you please leave our country? No, because in the event, if we do lose, we'll just keep trying. That's the beauty with it. It's democracy. We can just create another petition, get more signatures, and do it all over again. And the beauty is, as soon as Mark Carney gets his majority, chances are more people will join the movement. And do you think it's going to get any better with it under the dominion of Brookfield, under their thumb? No, I mean the more as this stuff continues to progressively get worse and stuff like that. I'm 100% convinced more people will it'll be a rallying call.
Exactly. Speaking of the military, let's go to this one next. Make us a little smaller so we can get a little bigger. The feds have announced a $1 billion in federal funding, primarily to Bombardier, to produce some form of military drones. Yes, that's right. Bombardier just got a sole source, no bid contract to build a product they've never built before, and only a day after the PM announced a by-election in Quebec that could give him a majority government, because Bombardier is big in Quebec, lots of jobs. It used to be that the Liberal Party made the media and Canadians search for their corruption, but now Carney is so comfortable, he literally just posts it right out for everybody to see. That's some vote buying there.
Yeah, I wonder if it has anything to do with Trump banning the planes.
So, I mean, obviously Canada has to move forward in that space, and we do need to get in on drone technology because that's the way of the future. But I mean, as usual, they can't do anything without it being shisty, without it lining somebody's pockets or buying votes from somebody. And yeah, as usual with Canada, anytime we do anything, by the time they figure it out, it's like 20 years too late.
Yeah. This guy that made a good comment. Yeah, the drones will definitely be outdated by the time they're produced. I mean, they're going to spend so much money in R&D and everything like that. And you'll end up with a $2,000 drone you could get at, Best Buy, and it'll cost you $500,000. So welcome to the future, boys.
So that's fun. And should we show that commercial? Should we talk about that?
I don't know if the copyright for the sound is. I don't know when it'll have.
It's not a real song. I think it's just a generic.
All right,
song
let's go.
Commercial.
Derek, if we get banned, it's Matt's fault.
I mean, I know a lot of that type of music, and I've never heard it before. So keep in mind as you're watching this that for years the Canadian military has only put out commercials celebrating how diverse and inclusive they are. And now that it's time for Canada to probably get involved in a war and people are going to have to go somewhere and start dying, look who's featured in their commercial and watch the style of commercial that they have. I gotta tell you, Mike,
where were those commercials like
diverse.
10 years ago? No, but like even then, where were those commercials 10 years ago? Like when we had a massive exodus. I mean, when I got out, it was like the gates had opened and everybody was leaving. Where were those awesome commercials? They were talking about inclusivity and painting rainbow sidewalks on bases and all this junk.
And putting tampons in the male's bathroom. Very important.
Can't forget the tampons on the men's room. I mean, it was speaking of that, it was funny. Some of the guys had gone into the different units and started ripping the tampon dispensers out in the bathrooms, and it ended up being a witch hunt. They were like, I saw like some of the emails some of my friends were sending me that they were like, we will hunt you down and we will find out who did this. And I'm like, wow, this is good for morale. Screenshot.
A friend of the channel commands something in BC. I won't say his name or his where he is, but he's some sort of commander. I won't say his rank either, but he has those in his bathroom. And there was a thing, and he was saying there was one day where there was like when the high general lady of bake sales went on TV, like he had to offer his men the day off to deal with the emotional trauma of, I can't remember what it was she was announcing, but like he had to give them the option to have the rest of the day off for emotional trauma from what she said. And it was just like, oh my God. Nobody took it, but it's just like, that's the state of our military, like we're going to launch the tampons at the Taliban.
Exactly. It's, and like I brought up when I talked to Ezra, like all my vet buddies that are in the province, the guys who got out, they're all on the pro-independence thing because they're like, it was a different country now than what we served, and it's a different environment altogether. So it's nice to see them try to do this, but that's because the recruiting numbers have been completely down and just terrible.
Well,
so
exactly. Well, I mean, we talked about it the other week about how they want to hire foreign mercenaries for our military now as well. But I thought it was funny that now that we're actually going to start sending people into a new conflict, the commercials about, how diverse they are and, how accepting, and like they didn't show any dudes in skirts with their medals on their chest and stuff like that. It was all one particular person who they'd probably like it if they went over there and died.
Yeah, I will say the map and compass part kind of made me laugh. I'm like, we don't use map and compasses anymore. They still teach it, but when you get out into the real world, no one's using a map and compass anymore. But it's too funny. Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm used to.
Oh yes, there we go. There's the Canadian military. I know.
Yeah, happy. This was International Women's Day. Just
empathy is action.
Empathy is action. So this is what I'm used to.
What do you think the odds are that chick could do a 10-mile ruck with a full pack?
Like 14K, like your classic battlefield training test. Struggling. Definitely might have to extend the time, but I mean, this is what I'm used to, people. This
Iran,
is why
Russia and China saw this picture. They all immediately surrendered to Prime Minister Mark Carney.
Exactly. So it's like I said, I'm glad that they are trying to toughen it up and try to cater more to the battlefield, the Call of Duty generation, if you will. Because I'm sorry, this isn't selling that. So this is why we need mercenaries. It's because of stuff like this.
Oh, I can think of other reasons.
Well, exactly. At the end of the day, it'll be Matt and Mike and in their bunkers out in their respective hinterlands.
Oh no. If it comes to it, I'm coming to you guys. I'm not staying here.
Well, I always got room for you down in the swamp. How's that?
We need a defensible, like the video I sent you earlier. We need a defensible position. We need to put up some claymores. Come on.
Okay. What else you got for us, big guy?
Oh, geez. Okay. Should we talk about this? So remember when they said the land grab in BC was not a land grab? Well, these poor people, they didn't take their land. It was leased, but they built their homes there. And now they are their lease is not being renewed, and they're being asked to leave their homes. A lot of these people are elderly, and it's a trailer park, so they probably plan to live there at the very least until they went into some sort of assisted living. But we'll spin this clip real quick.
Quinish Mobile Home Park in the Comox Valley has been home to some for decades, some even their whole lives.
Check
but
news.
they've all just been served notice to evict. The Comox First Nation wants everyone out in less than 2 years.
There's no place to move our trailers to on the island. We are stuck. We've put our life savings into this trailer, and now we have to leave with nothing. That is ludicrous.
So we'll stop there. We won't play the whole thing just in case that's an issue for Derek and the copyright. But they have the choice. They can take their trailer with them. But to move a trailer even somewhere else on the island is probably $20,000, let alone if you have to get it off the island and move it somewhere else, 30, 40.
People there that have been there long enough, they've expanded from their trailer. They created like 3 seasons rooms. They built decks. They do all that. So you'd have to tear all that down, move the trailer. You can't sell it. So you'd have to physically move it somewhere. I think even before the show, you were telling me you had a friend of yours that similar situation happened to.
She had a cabin in Ontario, and it was on, I don't know if it was necessarily a lease. I think it was like a lease, but it was like a really long time, like so long that people didn't even remember that it was a lease, like 50 years or something like that. But basically there was a whole strip of cabins, like lakefront cabins in Ontario. And they said, we're not renewing, so you guys are all screwed now. And a lot of them lost their whole cabin. Like we're talking $500,000-$600,000 at the time. They're probably worth $1 million now, like lakefront cabins. And they actually fought them. They wouldn't even let them go get their stuff out. They had to fight them in court to get their stuff out. And there were some people who allegedly torched their cabins because they're like, well, I'm leaving, but I'm not letting you have my $500,000 cabin to live in after I'm gone.
Yeah. Didn't you say something like they were blocking the road or something like that?
They were a little bit. I'm not 100% familiar with that because I didn't bring that article up, and it was 10, 15 years ago that I heard about that. But it was a direct person I knew that had that happen to her. They lost the cabin, like everything. They had to sneak in to get their stuff out.
Watch, you'll see the mystery trailer park fire of Comox.
Yeah, but just like these people, so like that lady was saying, like they've put their life savings, they planned to live there and retire there, and now they're being told, well, I mean, 2 years is a long time, don't get me wrong, but that's still, like, if these people don't have anywhere to go, like they can't sell them. It's not like they can sell them and move somewhere else. Who's going to buy a trailer where it's like going to be seized? So you have the option to either move your trailer out of there at a cost of however many thousands of dollars that's going to cost, or to just walk away with nothing.
Even then, it's on the island. Like there's not that much, I would imagine there's not that much trailer space available. But at the same time, yeah, I couldn't imagine, like, normally you retire on the island. These are probably people that come from mainland Canada and there's like, I'm going to retire somewhere where there's no snow. So I'll move to Comox, I'll move to the island, and I'll live there for the rest of my life. And it just couldn't, terrible.
That one's for you, Mike.
Molotov Juice Box. Solid name though. I like that. Brokeback Mountain here turns his back on things when things get romantic.
I think he's talking trash to you, insinuating that you're Brokeback Mountain.
I mean, guys, it's just a hat, It could be worse. Let's just see what else we got. I got some honorable mentions to get through.
Yeah, might as well. Let's go with that.
Okay, yeah,
we'll go that one.
Okay, Canada government supported bug plant went bankrupt. Sorry, WEF, but not sorry. No, it's true.
Yeah, but they still walked out with their $20 million in tax money that we gave them.
Absolutely. It was, I think it was just, I think at one point they were saying they were just going to turn it into like dog food or something like that. I mean, I wouldn't feed that garbage to my
that dogs. Happens a lot. Like it's, we're going to build a battery plant, or we're going to build a bug factory here. Let's give them millions of dollars in tax money because they'll generate jobs. And then a year later it's closed and the tax money's gone.
Billions of dollars.
Or billions, whichever the number is.
It just, it's these green initiatives, because the problem is that there's money in the budget for this stuff, green energy and all this stuff, the Carney plan, if you read values, lots of it out there. The hard part is, there's no appetite for it. There's no taste. It's similar to like the Ford Lightning. At one point they were marketing it in Ontario as like, this is the hot new truck that everybody wanted. Came with $150,000 price tag, and now you can't.
Yeah. You can't operate them in places where it's cold for very long, and they don't have enough torque to climb anything or tow anything. They're garbage.
Lori becoming a member for 6 months. The Canvassers are new superheroes. Absolutely, are definitely the new superheroes. I have so much respect. There was like videos of like during the windstorm this weekend, guys like holding down their tents and their tables and their papers, trying to fight off the wind in a blizzard and stuff. And I'm just like, you know what, you guys are heroes. It's beautiful, beautiful work. Keep it up, guys. This is the attitude. This is the energy that we need to keep moving forward. Really, really good stuff.
Last push.
I grew up here in Comox. They have tons of land, including land ready to build on. There are 350 people in the reserve. I heard about that too, that there was such a small ban and they had such a massive area, but just for some reason they targeted this place. I think it's because of the infrastructure, probably because they have the road set up. They probably
they want roads and services and electricity and all that stuff. They don't fight people over empty land.
No, and it's just a lot easier just to move in and just take some trailers. Like the thing is, like you can't go through insurance with this. You have to walk away. I feel so bad for those people because if you don't have the cash to buy something new, or it's terrible. You lose everything. This from Rob Hildebrand. I hope the NDP supporters, $5 super chat. I hope the NDP supporters in Alberta are watching what's happening in BC. This could happen here if the NDP gets in. Yes and no. So the big thing is that we've talked about some previous shows. We talked about the treaties. I got a family member that's actually dealing with a lot of this stuff right now, especially in the BC area. We kind of talked about it on last Forge. The treaties that are encompassing that coast when it comes to the island and basically like what's happening right now in Vancouver. We'll talk a little bit about that. When the treaties, those treaties are very how would I say? I'm trying to think of the word. No, not sketchy, but they're just they weren't very well done. Okay, there's a lot of loopholes and stuff like that. On the other hand, if you look at the treaties inside of Alberta, they're ironclad. They were done with the crown, and those ones were done with people of influence, let's just say. So that's why they're contesting all this stuff in BC, because it's the easiest way to win. At the end of the day, what's happening in Vancouver, I don't think they'll be successful in like appropriating all of downtown Vancouver. There's too much money, there's too much power, there's too much interest. It's just going to be a big payday that sadly the province is going to have to pay out.
Well,
so it's going to be rent payments essentially.
Well, watch this. It gets even more fun.
The plot thickens.
So the Squamish Nation has warned it will challenge the Musqueam Indian Band's Aboriginal rights title agreement with the government of Canada because they also have claim to northern Vancouver. So there is another native band who's fighting the original native band over the land. So that's going to be a fun time in court when those guys start fighting each other and the crown and these people living on the land.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm at the point now where maybe we should just let them duke it out. You know, everyone just go on vacation and come back and just see what happens.
Wouldn't that be nice? Trial by combat.
Exactly. He's like, who wants it more?
So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, no, I mean that's crazy what's happening.
That'll be
I think
an interesting situation, and we'll see how that all shakes out.
I want to see people go after Ottawa because apparently Ottawa's like on unceded land with the Algonquin. So I would love to see that stir up there. Go take Parliament. How's that? Just minutes of fun.
Several minutes of fun.
Okay, what else we got on the show? Gun grab. Did we talk about the guns?
I've got some C9 on deck. Big Gary.
Oh, Big Gary.
We could do guns first.
Oh, I don't know. Do we do Gary? Do we do Gary as a whole?
Sure. Let's talk about Big Gary. We love Big Gary, don't we?
I still can't pronounce his last name. And something.
And a something.
Yeah.
So Gary, I'm gonna try it. Anna Desanagari is screaming, if you want to protect Canadians, you will approve Bill C9 today. Bill C9 will end terrorism and hate in Canada. Just like that. It'll all just go away if you just pass this bill.
Just like that. Just like that. One bill and everything goes awry. That's like all the IRGC members we have currently in the country.
We'll get to that too. Let's see what Gary has to say.
Let me just at the outset say if the individual, if my colleague opposite feels that we need to ensure the protection of Canadians, he will support the passage of Bill C9. The Conservative Party will pass C9 today, Mr. Speaker. That is how you protect Canadians. That is how you protect communities. That is how you ensure the safety and security of Canadians.
The Right Honourable.
I can't take him seriously. I don't know if it's the accent or the fact that he has connections with the Tamil Tigers, that none of this makes any sense.
So the Liberals have also put forth a motion on notice in the House of Commons to cut off debate on Bill C9 and force all amendments to a vote with no discussion. So the censorship bill they're trying to censor debate on the censorship bill.
Let's
they don't
do
want
it.
anybody to talk about it.
Exactly. It's like what is it? Denialism when it comes to the unmarked graves. But that's the government for you. I mean, honestly, the second they come up with something crazy, you can't talk about it. It's good for Canada. It's good for me. It's good for Big Gary. You must redeem C9.
Do not redeem it! Do not redeem it! Do not redeem it! Why you redeem it?
We will not redeem. You beat me to it.
We will not redeem, and we will do everything we can to fight the censorship bill. Because at the end of the day, you guys here to get news, politics, they like freedom, and you just hanging out with us. I mean, this is the place to be. But soon, if these bills pass, adios channel, and all you wonderful people out there.
Yeah, I will own things and be angry.
Yeah, I'll have to go back to my domain on X. just make. No,
man. We got it covered. We got it covered. I'm gonna build
You're just gonna build a Faraday cage.
I always bring this up on the other channel.
You know what?
We're gonna drive around in a van like that with a Starlink dish on the roof.
Yeah, we're clearly not up to something. This whiting, it's because it's like, okay, that's either CSIS or it's Mike and the boys doing their show.
I wonder how good the Starlink is if you're actually moving. I've never actually tried to do it while I was moving.
No, it's good. You just got to you got to sign up for the other service, but it's pretty
fun
good.
Fun stuff. But
it's how it's going to happen. I mean, it's like the gun ban. Did you see how much money now they're going to have to it's going to cost us for every rifle seized off that list?
I don't want to know.
It was like something like $25,000 per weapon.
And then I saw somebody post something on X where they're like, "Oh, they're offering you $2 for your, $3,000 AR."
Of course they are. Like the thing is,
so where's the difference in the money going? Where's that $25,000?
Yeah,
administrative fees.
So I was talking to the chief firearms officer, Terry. She works at these gun shows that my wife works at, and she's actually what she's doing right now is this is like her retirement plan, is to get the Alberta firearms permit approved. Right now, how it works is that they need to come up with something that's as good or better than the current system. And we were just spitballing and a little bit of talking about what's going on right now. And the plan is that she doesn't want to confiscate anybody's weapons. There will still be a registry like we have now when it comes to the prohibited stuff, but they're going to work on making sure that at least then they know where it is. They know who has it, because again, they're limited based on what the system already is. But she's like, one thing I will definitely not do as long as I'm chief firearms officer is take anybody's guns away.
That's good.
So, Terry, you're an absolute gem.
A lot of people don't understand what it's like. I'm certain Gary doesn't understand what an RPAL actually means. Like you can't just run around with your R in your backyard. I mean, you can, but I mean, if you get somebody coming over or somebody complaining, like the RCMP will come and give you shit. You have to belong to an accredited range. You're allowed to take your restricted firearms, which is handguns and ARs and anything else they think is scary, from your house and to the range. And that's it. Like you can't just drive around with them. You can't carry your handgun. You can't shoot it in the pit out at the farm or whatever. So like they're already restricted, and you have to go through a really large process to get these things. Even a regular non-restricted weapon, you still have to go through a process to get it. So I don't know what all these gun control people are shrieking about, but we have some of the best gun laws if you're really under control. I mean, I would want to have my own register. Like if I could pass all that, I'm fine with it with like our level of background checks and everything. But if I could pass all that, I should have a belt-fed machine gun.
Absolutely. I think, well, the thing is, and like we were talking about this weekend, right now, the current system that we have, minus the ban and everything on stuff like that, we had a very good system. You had to do a really long application. You had to get vetted. Yeah, you had to if you were going to buy something of the handgun or anything on that list, you had to be part of a range and show your range membership to be able to purchase these. They did a very extensive background check, and I think it was every day they run you through the system to make sure that you're not a criminal or you're not convicted of anything. And like I said, it worked great for years. Again, we're not the problem. The problem are the illegal guns coming on the streets. You see all these constant videos popping up of the extortion rackets, and it's all the guns coming from the States. It's, the gangbangers in Toronto and Vancouver and all this stuff. It's not, like I said, it's not you and me sitting around with, our 12 gauges. We're not the problem. And it infuriates me.
Yeah. I think this is old. It could be changed now, but I think the last time I looked it up, like somewhere north of 90% of all gun crime in Canada is committed with unregistered illegal handguns, not rifles of any kind, smuggled in from the US. So what are we doing here with banning literally every center fire semi-automatic weapon in the world, except for the SK? And don't get it twisted. If it wasn't for the fact that all the indigenous bands use the SK to hunt because it's super cheap and super reliable, they'd be banning that too. And they're chomping at the bit to do it.
Oh yeah, that what the heck is the group in the freaking group in Quebec? They're on the SKS, like that's like their mission in life right now is to run it. Polysuvian, that's the group. It's like they're going full out to try to get the SKS banned. And it'll be a sad day because there are so many of them in the country right now. And the problem is you don't see anything, no problems. Everybody has them. They used to be $150 at Cabela's.
Yeah, cheap. That was everybody's first gun.
Yeah, it was cheaper than a 22, and it was such mass. Like they were just selling them. You get them in a crate. It was impressive. We had when I was in the actually funny story. Yeah, when I was in the army back in like 2011. Cabela's had a massive sale of like Russian ones that were in a crate, and my sergeant walks in and puts the Bass Pro Shop catalog out. He's like, guys, $150 right now. I'll see you at lunch. And like everybody ran out and bought them. Next thing you know, we're sitting in the office on base, and everyone's got boxes and boxes of these things. And I'm like, yes, this is the army I was happy to be part of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ammo is so expensive now too.
It's going to be more expensive. So what happened, that's, I think one of the big things you're going to start seeing is that they're going to start to limit the amount that the dealers can purchase. And it's really going to start affecting how we're going to, and then the prices are just going to go up. I know one of the big manufacturers, they're out of Serbia, PPU. They're a very popular manufacturer of ammunition. They make tons of different types and like that. Because they found their ammunition in Ukraine, Russia told them to shut their plant down in Serbia. So again, that's going to cause a bit of an issue too.
My brother has 2 crates, I think, of like old ass, like Soviet era 7.6 ammo, like dirty stuff. Like you shoot a couple mags of it, and you got to clean your shit because it's jammed.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's
well,
there.
You could still buy it by the crate. It's just gone up in price threefold.
Yeah,
and it's just the cheap bulk military grade ammunition. But you're going to start seeing crackdowns with that. You're going to start to see the big thing, and this is the one thing that we're all convinced of. This is how they're going to disarm Canada, and I am 100% this is the way they're going to do it. Because so many people have restricted firearms right now, and as of when the amnesty date is gone, all of those people instantly become criminals. So then you will not be able to renew your firearms permit, and that's how they're going to disarm society. You won't be able to buy ammunition. You won't be able to buy new weapons. You won't be able to buy anything.
Yeah.
And we're all a bunch of fugitives at that point. I know, like I said, the chief firearms officer in Alberta, that's her big fight right now, and she's doing beautiful work on that front. But that's how you disarm society.
Once again, if you get out there and you put those signatures down and Alberta becomes its own independent nation, we can deal with all of that nonsense. And at the very least, you definitely should be pressuring Danielle to make an Alberta firearms license and tell the feds to kick rocks. We're not doing anything you say.
Absolutely. And I know like a lot of police departments throughout the country have been fighting right now to saying like, no, we're not doing confiscations. We're not doing confiscations. They were at one point talking about making the military do it. They were talking about making civil servants do it. They were talking about making the post office start doing it. I'm like, yeah, that's what, they were talking about making postal clerks. Like you could turn in your weapon at a post office. I'm like, are you people insane? Like you're going to have a guy walk into like a Shoppers Drug Mart and turn in his weapons to like an 18-year-old counter, like an 18-year-old kid at a counter and be like, what do I do with this? And then what are you going to do? You're going to put them in the back room so that people are going to know that the post officers are full of illegal weapons.
Oh my God. There's just this image of that. Like I was just picturing that in my head of the kid at the counter, like and some guy walking in with his couple of cases full of rifles. And there, you can have these. Where's my $2 per rifle?
Yeah, where's my check?
And then they stick them in where's my $25 gift card to Tim Horton?
Exactly. Then they stick him in the back, and then now you're like, okay.
There's like 50 guns here.
So yeah, no. Canada Post came out pretty quickly and said they're like, yeah, we're not doing that. That's insane. So like I said, they'll figure out some scheme or something like that. At the end of the day, Australia is already cracking down when it comes to gun laws. England, decades. All of Europe right now is the same boat. They're just going to keep cracking and grinding. At the end of the day, I know you've mentioned it before. They want you unarmed. They want you dumb. They want you fat. They want you unhealthy, so that they can control you better.
Well, they got one of their wishes.
As I walked past the camera with like a pizza before the stream. I was actually worried, guys, that I would have to like leave the stream to go to. I'm in a hotel right now in Canmore, and I was like, "Oh man, I hope the pizza delivery person doesn't come in the middle of the stream, or else it'd be minutes of fun though. It'd be good times." I saw this. Just mail them if it's a safe ballot. We should be completely fine to mail rifles, right? Just ignore the lost ballots and stuff experienced when Cardi got installed. Yeah, I mean, just have robots start accepting them. Just hilarious.
I mean, Mike might know the answer to that. Is that true? Can I have a cannon? Because I'll go buy one right now.
Okay, so funny cannon story that there's a guy in my gun range who has a cannon. He brings it out like once in a blue moon, and for some reason I live close enough to a gun range that I can hear it, and I just every now and then you'll hear this incredibly loud pow, followed by a bunch of cheering in the distance, and I'm just like, I want to be there right now. It's
fire the cannon.
Yeah, no. So that was actually one thing on the banned list was cannons. I went through it on one of my previous shows and stuff like that, just to see some of the crazy stuff. Like there was rocket propelled grenade launchers. There was like anti-aircraft batteries. There was some guns that were like, I looked at the prices, were up to $100,000. Now these were works of art. These were those collector's pieces that would never get shot. These are like, made by like artisans in Europe, all with the imaging on them, and like wood's made out of, the buttstock is made out of a wood that's I can't even pronounce. It's like, oh, this is made out of the darkest, black oak from the darkest regions of this place. And, these are collector's pieces that guys want to show off, but because they were, the bore was too big, they were on the ban list. And I'm like, you're going to spend $100,000 of my tax dollars to buy this like museum piece? Like, you're nuts. But one of the things I saw is they were giving away $2,000 for homemade cannons. So I wanted to start a business making like PVC pipe cannons and just start bringing them in. I figure I could sell the cannons for like $150 to a bunch of people. They could turn them in for $2,000, and it'd be a good way to make a couple of bucks.
One of the they have the big like no questions asked $200 a gun drop offs in like the blue places in the States. And one guy 3D printed a bunch of random guns and went there and gave him like 10 of them and got $2,000 or whatever it was. I don't know the numbers, but I remember reading that article. 3D printed a bunch of ghost guns and sold them to the government for money.
Of course they I think it was the States. They were having like some gun buyback. A guy like literally just clamped like a pipe to a 2x4 and turned it in, and it was like $300. And I'm just like, this is like the person at the counter like, yeah, sure, here's your money. I'm like, this is hilarious. Let's get through a couple of honorable mention guys over here. This is the real Steven Jensen, $5 super chat. Bought a new customized trailer in 2000 for Edmonton for $62,000. Now they're $250,000. Can't imagine the cost on the island. Absolutely. I mean, just to get the trailers there, set it up, do your hookups and everything like that. I mean, the cash alone just blows my mind. Paniner, also my first super chat when I did my show. Show some love and smash the like button. Guys, we got to get out there. Share the show, smash the like button, share it with your friends, and talk about how we're unhinged here down at
conquer the algorithm gods.
Exactly. We gotta make them happy. Real Stevie Jets at $5. Name a single country where things went well after gun confiscation. Oh yeah, there are none. Absolutely. Look what's happening in England. I know you were talking about this, about the calamity that is England right now, and then the UK.
Gross.
It's just, I couldn't live there. I like my swamp. I like being out in the middle of nowhere. I love not seeing my neighbors, and I can do what I want.
Well, it's about quarter after we finish.
Got one more. Toyota Corolla, 9460, $10 super chat. Hi from down south. Being able to ship Freedom Seeds directly to my door has saved me so much in fees. I always found how funny how liberals are scared of U.S. invasion when banning everything. Exactly.
Funny story about that though. Like some of the like when this whole Trump and tariffs thing came in, and like they were like the Greenland thing, especially, they're like, oh, he's going to invade Canada next. Maybe we shouldn't take everybody's guns. We're going to need them to defend ourselves from the Americans. Oh man, that was a funny reversal to see.
Yeah, that whole invasion of Canada thing. Like I've never like when you got Trump derangement syndrome to the point where you've got boomers sitting out there is like, oh, I would fight the American army. I'm like, are you people nuts? They have like the super weapons you don't even know about. Like I was watching the plan of how they attacked Iran, and that was some next level stuff. Like this is war. This is the future of war. I couldn't believe it. You've got, I mean, they got space weapons, for crying out loud. And you think a bunch of liberal boomers defending the gates of Ottawa with whatever shotguns and stuff they can find will actually be able to stop anyone? It's because they have grit.
It's all fun and games till the freedom Dorito is in the sky over your house.
It's all elbows. It's going to be all elbows at that point.
All right. Should we answer some questions from the audience?
Let's get to the questions. And guys, because like I said, Derek's on holidays right now. Unhinged questions are, of course, always welcome. let's see how crazy we can get here.
Are they evil space lasers?
We're talking about like earlier, like Mark Carney building trying to send satellites into space for us to get the internet, and the U.S. has space lasers. Like, come on.
Oh, sorry. The gold flag hoodie, that is on the Fringe shop. That is an unacceptable Fringe. They allowed Derek to borrow their logo for the hoodie. It is on the shop, so you just got to click on the link in the YouTube channel.
Yeah, so that's gonna just go to the YouTube channel, guys. Click the merch link. You can go. You get those wicked hoodies. Beautiful, beautiful work. Like I said, the guys from Alberta.
If you want the pins or the flags, those are on albertapin.ca. The hoodies are on the Unacceptable Fringe store.
Absolutely. Where are we at? Oh, we're low. 466 likes, almost 500. Then I could chug a beer. Absolutely.
I give you permission to chug one right now.
What is this one? Master Snatch. I think the problem for Americans would be the fifth column. It's crazy what's happening. I think, what do you think what's gonna happen in the next little while? I mean, I know Trump's gonna try to finish the Iran situation as fast as back into check.
Funny how fast they stopped talking about Russia and Ukraine all of a sudden.
Exactly. You don't see footage from that. We just gave a bunch of money for that. That's your hard-earned tax dollars going to feed that machine over there.
What's this?
Oh.
What do you think of Ebby trying to control time? I can't believe Danielle wants to go along with his crackpot scheme instead of permanent standard time. It is healthier and aligns with Saskatchewan. I'm a big fan. I don't care what time you pick, which hour you want to lose, just stop changing it. I don't know what Ebby's doing in BC. I haven't heard anything about that, but I'm a big fan of just no time change. I don't care which side you pick, whether it's spring forward or fall back. Pick one and stay there.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the other side of that. I mean, I work outside all day and stuff like that, and having that extra hour of sunlight in the morning.
Well, then leave it there.
I enjoy it, but you know what? That'll be our nonstop beef. Is that Mike is pro daylight savings, and everybody else just is going to hate me for it. So it is what it is. Okay, well, here's a good one. Question: how many are coming to the Smoky Lake this Friday? Let's go, Alberta Town Hall, the National Ukrainian Hall. Open doors, 5:30. Supper at 6.
Oh, I bet they have lots of pierogies.
It is. It's those pierogies and sausage dinners that you guys have been putting on. I don't know. I'm not the biggest Ukrainian food guy. I've been getting constantly harassed for it from everyone. They're just, how do you not like pierogi? It's just not my thing, guys. I mean, it's like, did you see the cheese curd controversy happening in Quebec right now? That they want to make cheese curds. It was like a national food. So kind of like champagne is from like a certain region. So you can't call cheese curds anything else. And I mean, I like a poutine as much as the next guy. And the only thing is like, for me, I'm not one of those. I don't see it as a meal. I see it as a side.
Well, for sure. That's why you got to have the sausage, pierogies and sausage, sour cream, onions, bacon.
Yeah, bacon. There's a restaurant in Tofield, actually, like right up the road from me, that makes terrific pierogies.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah. But like back to the poutine thing. Like, to me, maybe we should steal it. You know what I mean? I think like, there you go, Panina, you're wrong. It's not a meal. I'm sorry. We can make it a meal though. I think we should, when we get rid of the dairy cartels and then Alberta milk starts flooding the market, so that we can, I don't know, call it the Alberta squeak cheese or something like that. We'll just steal it all. We'll corner the market. And for me, we'll just call it like a smokehouse poutine and put some brisket on it. And then, you know what? Maybe that can be a meal. Maybe this guy's another weirdo. Poutine, extra cheese curds, entire meal. No, I mean,
but if we wanted to convert that to talking about how it relates to Canada and politics, the government shouldn't be regulating language in any way, shape, or form. All language laws can go away.
Absolutely.
Like they have the French language laws in Quebec. Like, just no.
No, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna die on this hill. I want to see, like I said, Alberta cheese curds flood the market. This is. I've never seen the chat get so angry about something. Look at that. Everyone's freaking out.
We've divided the chat more.
It's a
with
meal. It's
pierogies
not a
and
meal.
poutines
There we
than
go.
we
There you
have
go.
with
Philly
any politics
cheesesteak
before.
poutine is a meal for sure. I'm like, no, you people are savages. Like, oh yeah, here you go. More Ukrainian food. The stuffed cabbage rolls as an American poutine gets thrown in the trash.
Well, let's not get carried away here. I enjoy a good poutine, but like, unless you're throwing a bunch of bacon or pork or beef on it, it's not a meal unto itself.
Exactly. Like I said, you can. Like I said, we'll like throw some brisket or some smoked chicken on that, and
Michael
maybe
know the answer to this.
Do you know if the Alberta pin magnets are for trucks or fridges? It's actually like the size of my cell phone. It's small. It's a little bit bigger than a credit card. We did it in a way so you could just represent. I got one coming. Yeah, I'll put it on my truck. Really cool stuff. Yeah, no, he's coming out with stuff every day, every week. He's coming out with new products. He was talking about looking at doing like Alberta license plates and stuff like that next too. So really going to be good stuff.
Okay.
No, we've completely divided the chat. It is.
Does anybody have a political question?
Yeah, instead of just what poutine everybody wants.
Oh, now people are bringing up pineapples on pizza. Oh my God, we're
Savages.
starting a war.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, guys. Again, pineapple on pizza. I can't do it. That idea of sweet and savory. It's great for Chinese food. It's bad for pizza. It's banned from the show. Whoever said that, banned from the show.
I'm down with a pineapple pizza sometimes.
It must be maybe it's a Winnipeg, like it was a Manitoba thing. I mean, I can't. Here we don't even call it Hawaiian pizza. They just call it tropical pizza or something like that.
I agree. Oh no, sorry, that's not the one I was trying to highlight. There, I agree. Why is the Carney actually but he promised to fix the interprovincial trade bullshit. And obviously that hasn't happened so far. Like, why is Alberta beef in Winnipeg more expensive than beef from Australia?
Or New Zealand?
Why is Alberta beef cheaper in Vietnam than it is in Canada? Somebody explain it to me.
It's part of the system, man. It's what they want. They want you eating meat. I couldn't imagine. Pineapple pizza. You people are.
But
disgusting.
I mean, it's everything, right? Like, you can't get your oil and gas to the East Coast, so they buy it from somewhere else, and we can't get beef for a decent price here. And
it's upsetting. It's upsetting because don't worry, you're gonna come here this spring. We're gonna hang out. We'll go to the gun range.
Oh, yes.
We'll barbecue some Alberta meat. I'll take you for barbecue, and you'll never want to leave.
Oh, I'll show you how to barbecue the meat. That's like my hobby.
We'll go look at houses while you're here. How's that?
Oh man, I was asking Derek. I'm like, hey, what's up with that lake that's like right to the west of Edmonton? What's going on around there? What kind of properties they got? Derek's like, those are all like $1 million. I'm like, well, maybe if I win the lottery.
Absolutely. All right, what are we doing for time? Oh, we're getting there. All right, guys.
2 minutes. What do you guys got?
Yeah, we've got the chat. Let's
Where are your questions, David? Please show me where are your questions. Don't be salty in the chat. Help me out here.
Again, cheese curds. I broke the chat. I really did break the chat. I think I broke it. Derek's gonna be angry. He's like, you made the chat turn on itself. Oh, here we go. I heard something about the Chinese blocking entrances to the oil sands today. Okay, I know we talked about that with the camp. Probably referring to the project up there that the guards were walking around with like fully automatic like AK like Chinese assault rifles. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know. I think our government's too lame to actually do anything about it. So it'll just be something that we good job that we'll just have to deal with because
yes, it will.
100%. We just right now the movement is growing. More people are talking about it. Independence is definitely going to be a thing because at the end of the day, people don't like the deal that we're getting right now, and we can definitely create a better country and stuff like that. A lot of the same questions when it comes to the Alberta independence stuff. Like, I know Corey Morgan, a friend of the show, did a really good video this week talking about the pension stuff and everything like that. And that's their number one fear tactic that the left are pushing out right now, is that if we leave, you're going to lose your pension. No, you're not. You paid into it. It's locked in there. You're still going to get it. Even if you move to a different country, you're still going to get your CPP. There's no ifs or ands about it. So, I mean, it's just fear mongering at this point.
What else we got?
Why now the prices of fuel about to soar? We're not going full bore on oil and gas because the government doesn't want to. That's the problem. I know Trump did talk about reactivating the Keystone Pipeline and getting that finished and being built, which is good. I mean, I have friends of mine that worked on that pipeline. They were down in Owen, and they literally were told one day, like, just drop everything, leave it there, and we're going to come back at some point.
The other thing too is like things like that. It's not like you say, okay, fuel prices are like really high right now because of the war. Let's turn it up. Like, you have to plan these things like a decade in advance. Like, how long does it take to build a refinery? How long does it take to build a pipeline? We've had every energy project of that nature, all the pipelines, all the refineries, all the LNG projects shut down for the last decade. Like, we're a decade behind of where we should be.
Yeah, and it's yeah, exactly. It takes 10 years to build a refinery. So, I mean, it's nice that everyone says, oh, we got to build them now. We got to build them now. At the end of the day, I don't know. I just think that's going to be after we leave, it's going to be a negotiating factor to be able with the rest of the country, because right now I don't see it getting built anytime soon, especially with the powers that be in charge in Ottawa. All right, honorable mention, Bradley Wilcox, $2 super chats. We Albertans are all family and we stick together. Absolutely.
I am the most Albertan man in Manitoba.
You know what? You are to the point. Did you order your flag?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Guys, soon you will see the backdrop of Matt's rumpus room being adorned with the beautifulness that is the gold and black.
Yeah, I'll drop the snack and I'll put up the Alberta flag. So, question, Matt and Mike, America here. Do you think Danielle Smith is riding the fence and waiting on the votes and really wants independence, or is she just another corrupt politician? The first one, she's absolutely waiting to see how many signatures are collected and what the shakeout for that is, and then she will make her position more clear. Because at the end of the day, I like Danielle. I like what she does. I think she's the best premier in Canada right now. But at the end of the day, she's still a politician, and she has to think about what happens afterwards. So she can't just come out and say yes, even if she believes it. Whether or not she does, I'm not a mind reader, but that's my opinion on it.
You're right. Right now, it would be political suicide. At the end of the day, it would just destroy her if she came out and supported it. And if it failed or something like that, her term would be done. It would be instantly done. What she's waiting for to see is how the referendum goes. She'll give us the referendum. We'll do it. If we win, and then the negotiations start, and then she'll be all in on it. But this is a grassroots movement started by Mitch and Jeff and those guys, and it's literally just us. So this is why it comes down to you guys talking to your friends, talking to your neighbors, talking to your coworkers, and letting them know that, hey, there is a better future out there, and it is actually with an independent Alberta and not with the current system.
At the end of the day, she still has to say what she says as a premier in Canada in accordance to the law until she has a different mandate. And should independence not succeed this time around, you still want her in office, because the alternative to her is Naheed Nenshi strutting around, or maybe Tommy Lukaszuk, because apparently Nenshi's out of favor now.
I see, like I said, I'm still convinced that the whole Forever Canada stuff, and with all of the recalls, I think they said it was like, they said on the news to say it was like all the recalls have failed right now, but one that's still going on. So all of the recall campaigns have completely failed. To me, it was just a big data mining operation, and it was just to show political clout. It was just to say, oh, look at all the people that are against the status quo and what we're happening right now in Alberta. So I'm glad they're done.
And that being said, yes, she's doing what is democratically right and fair to all Albertans by allowing the referendum, but she still represents even the Elbozos and the NDP lovers. She still represents them too as the premier. She has to.
Yeah, she still has to go along to get along because, like I said, she's a premier of in the country, of the province. It's part of the deal. Everything will change once the referendum comes, after we get the signatures, after we have the vote, when we separate. That's when it's game on. Granite Man 62, $2 super chat. Slimy Carney will come for Alberta separatists. He already has. Who do you think's paying for all these lawsuits?
Come at me, bro.
You're just flexing at this point, Matt. You're just flexing.
I wish. Remember, like when Trudeau did that charity boxing event with that old dude. I wish Carney would do a charity boxing event with me. That would be a lot of fun.
Yes, and we should stream it and charge people because I could probably make some quick cash on that. I think it'd be
I would sell my left nut just to punch him in the face once.
Of course, I think. Oh, I mean, we could probably make some money on that. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Is it kinda, you're a lot younger though. Is it kind of like elder abuse at that point?
I'm not that much younger, but I'm definitely bigger. And I've spent my entire life training how to murder people with my bare hands. So. But that's the point.
On a side note, everyone, Matt did send me some of his hot clips from him when he was in his metal band this week, and he's quite good. So it's good to have a fellow metalhead run the show as we descend into what people have called possibly the most unhinged and going to be this week.
We still got one more day to act crazy. You going to be home on Wednesday, or are you still going to be in that?
No, I'm going to be here with this setup and a lot more angry. Because
since CB Mix-It, I don't know if you saw the lady who went and assaulted the canvassers and threw their phone in the ditch, but she was the douche of the week.
Yeah, Mystery Woman X that decided to be unhinged and assault one of the canvassers. Like I said, guys, it's this with the hatred and everything that's attacking us right now. We're on the right path. I'm 100% convinced. There's never a time if the fact that they're fighting us, the lawsuits, the unhinged Facebook groups, the showing up at the events, the Forever Canadian people, which the Albozas were out there trying to do their petition. We left them alone. We let them do their thing. The fact that they're so triggered by this, by a Democratic vote, tells me that we're doing it right. So everybody who's with this and everybody who shares this content and everybody talks about this, you guys are the foot soldiers in what will be one of the greatest movements in Canadian history, essentially.
Just keep pushing. At the end of the day, all of the crap, what Tommy's doing, what the Chiefs are doing, what the crazy Albozo lady is doing, it doesn't matter. Just get those names on the paper, and we'll see what happens at the end.
Absolutely.
And on that note, we are at time.
Thanks, guys, for coming in and hanging out with us on a Monday. Tune back in on Wednesday when the inmates run the asylum for the Unhinged Fringe. Yeah, and we're gonna get into some dark stuff on Wednesday.
Are we?
I think we're gonna get some dark stuff.
I don't have any plans yet. We'll see what madness happens between now and Wednesday because there's always something.
One less super chat to get here.
One last super chat.
Okay, Real Stephen Jensen, $5. That's why we're replacing the RCP finally, so that the feds don't have control of enforcing illegal laws. Absolutely. Again, this is why the left is attacking us so hard on the, you see the comments. They're like, oh, well, it's Smith's private little army and all this stuff. And I'm like, I mean, Ontario does it. Quebec does it. Like, why would we not? It's a way to keep all the funds here. The equipment's here. The logistics staff is here. And I'm down for it. I think it'll be good. All right, guys. All right, with that, you guys have yourself.
See you on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday, everybody. We're Unhinged Fringe. Thanks again for tuning in. Hit that like button. Share the show. Get it out there. Because, like I said, this is a hell of a battle that we got to keep fighting. So with that, guys, take care. God bless. Live free.